All right, let's see if we can rebound. Let's see if we can rebound from that horrific embarrassment, because that was awful. The AHL club's on their way to the conference finals. Oh, good, Bergeron's healthy. How nice. And our AHL club has made it all the way to the Calder Cup finals, where they will take on the Laval Rockets. They lose game 1 and game 2. They've been outscored 6-1 so far. They lose game 3. And they get swept as the Kings and Leafs play in the Cup final. The Leafs are the defending champions. The Los Angeles Kings win the Stanley Cup. The Laval Rocket win the Calder Cup. As the Kings beat the Stars, Wild, and Ducks, and then swept the defending champions in the Cup final. Fair enough. What does that particular team look like at this stage? Anze Kopitar gets it done. Iafallo is incredible. Arvidsson, Pavelski, that has to hurt so much, Sin. I'm sorry you had to see that. Philip Deneau wins the Stanley Cup. Turcotte, Galiev and company. On defense, Keith D'Angelo. This is 2010? John Walker, Brant Clark. And Cal Peterson puts up a .927. The award winners. Connor McDavid wins the Art Ross and the Hart. Norris goes to Hedman. Lady Bing to the Brinkets. The Calder. Well, Arizona's franchise-level player just got completely jobbed. Conn Smythe went to Kopitar. Tuukka Rask wins the Vezina. Any other awards that mattered? Selke did go to Patrice Bergeron. Ted Lindsay to McDavid, and the Rocket Richard to Alex Ovechkin. In the AHL, some guy named McCarthy led in points. Tyler Benson was the league MVP. Gignac was the top goal scorer. Top rookie, but again, was McCarthy. Bjorn Fott was top defenseman. Caden Primo was top goaltender. And Ryan Poehling was MVP of the playoffs. Just easy. Trade for Yandel and Peterson. You can win the cup. Apparently. So our second season with the Kraken is officially in the books. That was rough. That was rough. I have no idea what's going to happen to this team this offseason, because I'm going to strip away quite a few pieces. We were not so lucky in the lottery this year. Although Vegas does move up, we will retain the 15th overall selection. That's going to hurt today. Indeed, he did, and I also hope he's not seriously injured. Joe Thornton retires as a Bruin. Marlowe retires in Tampa. Spezza in Winnipeg. Parise is gone. Louis Eriksson. On defense, Zdeno Chara retires as a Sabre. A fate worse than death. And a goal, Yarmo, or Kari Ramo, Jeff Glass, and Thomas Popperle. Parise and Spezza become coaches. Martin Green and Little become scouts. So, to the draft we go. Let's, oh my god, the number 1 pick. Yes. Yes, Vegas, yes. Vegas. Vegas, let's talk. Oh, Vegas wants to trade the number 1 pick. Can we make it happen? Yamamoto, Holden, and Geeky. Holden, Schwartz, and Geeky. Holden is a fantastic goalie, but there's a franchise-level player available. It makes more sense to trade Schwartz than it does Yamamoto because of the age. Do we give up? Oh my god, I went up 2 points. Dude, he's an X-Factor goalie, but we'd get a franchise-level player. Fuck. Oh, is there anyone who has, like, close to Holden's value? Can I give up the 15th overall pick instead? What about, like, the 28th instead? Schwartz, Geeky, and the 28th? I'll give up the 15th. Quite far off, son of a bitch. We'd have to give him up. Fuck. What about the 60th as well? It's okay, it's close, it's close. 15-second rounder. Holy sevens. God, why are there so many sevens? What about a 4th next year? Yes. We had to surrender Jaden Schwartz in the 15th overall pick, but we keep holding. This is a hard trade difficulty, by the way. And the Seattle Kraken have the #1 pick. Which franchise-level player do we want? Billy Sutton or Connor Bedard? We get a choice. Sutton, 51 goals, 57 assists. Bedard, 41 goals, 78 assists. The grades absolutely go to Billy Sutton because he's computer generated. He is absolutely the higher overall player. Puck on a string, spinorama, shock and awe, tape to tape. Bedard does have 1 T. That's tough. That's tough. Again, like Sutton on the wing, Bedard's a sniper. Hold on, really quickly. So, Bedard's a sniper, Sutton's a playmaker. Bedard is a natural centerman, however. Our top center right now is Shane Wright, who is a playmaker, so it does make more sense. It does make more sense to draft Bedard for the fact that he could be the sniper to Shane Wright's playmaker, but it also doesn't mean that we couldn't run 2 playmakers and another sniper on the top line. But yeah, Shane Wright's face-offs are not great. I will leave it up to you, chat. I will leave it up to chat, because regardless, you can't really go wrong. It is a franchise-level player regardless. So we'll start the poll. You might have to refresh the stream to get it to show up here in a second. #1 overall pick. Will it be Sutton or will it be Connor Bedard? I will leave it up to you. I will leave it up to you. If you guys want me to use a real player in Bedard over Sutton, I am perfectly fine with that. We know Sutton will be the higher rated player. We're going to get somebody good no matter what. In the meantime, I'm going to take advantage of our timeouts, and while that poll is going to strip away some pieces of this team, they were both compared to Gretzky. Chris Dreger, you're probably gone, let's be honest. I'm definitely shopping Freddie Anderson's rights. Take on Will Butcher's horrible contract.
Oh, good!
We'll send him right back to Carolina. Tatman, thank you for the follow. Honestly, what can I get for Dreger? A 2nd and a 3rd. We'll take that from Arizona. I like Chris Dreger, but man, with the goaltending the way it is, he's not worth that money. He had a real rough season. We'll take a 2nd and a 3rd for Dreger. We'll figure out the goaltending situation in a little bit here. Defensively, Brandstrom, Kasparaitis, Larson, Dunn. All that's looking well and good. Sholin, you're not really going to develop. Nobody wants you, though. What about Johansson? Nobody wants you either. Krutil? Also no. Odovainen. Also, Gio did not retire, but I'm totally shopping him. After that playoff performance, he can never suit up for this team again. 4th and a 7th from Montreal. 4th and a 7th from Philly. We'll send him to Montreal. So sorry to Mark Giordano, but after a performance like that, you're out of here, son. Kyle Capobianco, can I get anything for you? No, I can't. Linus Nassen, nothing for you. Sean Dursey, you were pretty useful for us, and you're going to stay. That's fine. Got all the garbage picks from last year. All well and good. And then for the forwards, is there anybody else that we could shop away here? Honestly, Josh Williams, I'd like to move on from. He won't develop. Sorry, the chat's dumb. I mean, it's a very close vote between Sutton and Bedard. Like, 2 votes separate them right now, so we'll see who it ends up being. Like I said, I don't care who it is. If it's not Sutton, then it's Bedard. We still get a franchise player. 3rd and Zaboral. 2nd and a 4th from Calgary. Ilya Sorokin. 2nd and a 4th from Toronto. Honestly, we'll take the 2nd and the 4th from Toronto for Williams. And it ended up in a tie, which means we let the AI choose, chat. That's what happens as it ends in a tie. I'll be letting the AI choose. So if the AI chooses a Bedard, then so be it. Honestly, after getting hurt the way he did, I love Patrice Bergeron, but 3rd and a 4th. 3rd and a 4th, or do we keep him? And we got some choices to make. Alex True. Can't get anything for you. Andreoff. Looks like I can get a 7th. Go ahead and do that. Can we run the poll again? Nope. Jonathan Taves. Let's go ahead and shop your rights away. 7th rounder to St. Louis. Done deal. I have no problem dealing him to St. Louis. Tworinsky didn't really get too much playing time. Is there anybody that I'm like dead set on trying to shop here? Alex Nylander. Nylander would be 2 3rd rounders, which isn't bad. Alright, 2 3rd rounders seems to be the going rate for Nylander. He had 31 points. Honestly, Nylander wasn't that bad for us. I think we're good. Alright, chat, since you couldn't decide, the AI will, and the AI chooses Sutton. 83 overall, medium franchise in Billy Sutton. Thank you to the Vegas Golden Knights for being willing to trade that pick. So we'll have 2 incredible playmakers on the top line. And yeah, this guy does have 80 faceoffs, so we might just swap him and Wright. But puck on a string, tape to tape, great spinorama, shock and awe. This guy's sick. See if he can get the 2nd, it wouldn't happen. Again, the only reason we were able to pull off that trade is because Vegas, for whatever reason, decided they wanted to move the pick. This would be far... Yeah, it's not going to happen. It'd be so damn expensive. Next pick we could realistically trade up for is the 9th overall selection. That said, Connor Bedard, that will not happen. But in terms of who else is available, there's a high top 9 in Alvin Austin. Not really sold there. Belis. Not sold by him at all either. That overall's rough and that potential's not really close. Markku Makala. Not confirmed. Don't know if he'd be worth trading up to try and get. Spike Rosehill, hell of a name. Theo Fleury comparison. Also don't think he'd be worth trading up to get. Kimmo Allonen. Not a confirmation of having elite edges there. Danielson's real. Really good physical player, Nate Danielson. Interesting. There hasn't been... This guy might actually be like an amazing DFD. That's to be believed. We just don't know enough about him. Marco Schmidt. There's nobody here. I mean, like, all these guys are decent, but there's not a single one of them where I'm like, yep, that guy's a guaranteed stud of a player, you know? Connor Bedard, 4 overall points less, ends up in Ottawa. At least Ottawa didn't do something incredibly dumb. I wouldn't have put it past them. So Bonino's not looking that good. Steckel, we don't know anything about. Zach Benson. Nice little Marian Gaborik comparison. I'd love to see that. Jaden Petrovich. 2 years out. Like I said, I'm not really seeing anybody where I'm like, I absolutely have to trade up for this guy. But we could take a risk on somebody if there's really nobody around here where we're actually projected to select next. Adrian Weller has a Phil Housley comparison. Chris Montoya. Honestly, I don't think we have to trade up for anybody when Chris Montoya will be there at the end of the first round. Justice Ho. Foreign leader, huh? Guy Lafleur comparison. Also not bad. Troy Stamkos apparently is going to be around when we have a pick as well. Yeah, I don't think we have to trade up. And again, unless any of these guys were like a dead set, like a slam dunk pick, but I just don't think any of them were. Like, at best, it would be trading up with the 9th pick for the Jets. And whether or not that's too valuable, I don't know. Larson, Bemstrom, Alexiak, that's too big of a risk. That's too big of a risk when we don't know for sure. So we will go ahead and sim to the 28th overall pick. And if we missed out on somebody, then so be it. We'll also go ahead and call a timeout here. I mean, Benson was a medium top 6. Steckel was a medium 6 and a 65. Bonino, no X factors for him apparently. Grabeshkov. Yeah, none of these guys were worth trading up to get. Schmidt did have make it snappy, but it's not a zone ability. Danielson is decent. And he does have no contest. So Danielson would have been worth it. I didn't realize he had a zone ability. So hey, look out for Danielson in the year 2 draft. Hallinan, not a zone ability. Makala, I still don't know actually. It's not confirmed, at least by my scout. So there was no elite player at the very least, and that's what I was worried about. So the question now is Montoya or Ho? Both look decent. It's a C defense versus a B defense. Neither are really locked in. And again, Montoya, 2-year ETA, pretty much confirmed. 2-year ETA for Ho. Potential's a lot closer to confirmed. Want to go for Ho just for the meme. Funny thing is, if he's a sniper and he's decent, he could be a future top line winger for us. Screw it. Let's do it. We'll go for Justice Ho. Off of the name alone. Can we trade back? I mean, we probably wouldn't get that much value back for it. I can work out a deal with, whoops. That's a fair point. We can go ahead and work out a deal with the Sens here. Well, there's no way that'll go through. But I could even pick up a third. Again, we have 1,000 late round picks this year from all the trades. I'd like to move on from some of them. There we go. So we have traded back with Ottawa. First pick of round number 2. And we'll still go for it. Justice Ho is the pick by popular demand. 72 medium top 6. Problem is he's a playmaker, not a sniper. He has good face-off ability, though. He has 74 face-offs by default. Carolina, let's talk. Screw it. Why not both? As the little girl in the commercial says. Why not both? I'll give you this pick here, and you can take a crap load of 7ths. And that should be enough. Or not. Quite close to fair value. What if I throw in a 6th? Thank you. What do we got here with this pick? Gotta sim the St. Louis pick in between. Well, McAllister. There is a gem in Facet. Jackson goalie. Montoya, and then Wheeler, or Weller, excuse me. Facet's definitely worth looking at. Cowan Lind, who of course is real. Mazden Leslie. Troy Stamkos. Did we draft Bedard? We did not. Teo Kolzig. I mean, Darcy Moss, it's not confirmed. At least worth looking at. Logan Pollock. I do like the idea of Montoya. What's our next pick after this? Ottawa ends up with Bedard. Screw it. Why not both? Why not both? We will go with Chris Montoya, the defenseman here, who was a 69 rated medium top 4 defender, who has back at you and tape to tape, which is pretty damn good abilities for a defender to have. Able to find Sam Savoy in the draft list for me. I'll do my best, but no promises. And honestly, this pick from Ottawa as well, since they want to trade it. Again, we have the value to work with. Thank God for those extra seconds. And again, we'll just add a crap load of 7s. You already simmed here. We've already simmed 2. We're in our second draft. Alright, unfortunately Ottawa's plan tough to get here. Very tough to get. Quite far off, really. Even though you want to trade the pick. I do know it's 36 to 60 seconds, so it makes some sense, but damn, man. What about if we add a third? You add in like a 4th and a 5th. Just the 4th. Alright. Alright. Ottawa's playing tough to get, but we'll get the deal done to be able to draft Facet as well. Bernard Facet, how good are you? He's a 66 medium top 6. Does apparently have off the rush though. So he has great backhands, great slap shots, great snapshots and stride. That's not bad. It's not bad. We're doing pretty well building up this team for the future. And already in the presence as well. Still really interested in Stamkos. Moss was interesting, even though there's no guarantees that he's actually that good. LMB, Friesen. Cohen Zimmer is real. Esa Virtanen. Kron, no guarantees. Karalati, no guarantees. Dakota Dayton. Also no guarantee there. Alright, it's looking a little bit more rough from here, but I think we have done very well in this draft so far. I don't know if we've kind of hit the peak of looking to trade up consistently. Lucas Muir's not that bad. Guillermo Gamble. What a name. That guy is all offense and no skating. Emilio Elliott. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough from this point on. It would make sense to try to trade up again to get Stamkos. So we're going to talk to Buffalo here. These mid-round picks seem like they're going to be very hit or miss. So now is the right time to kind of shoot our shot in the second round. We'll hold on to as many late round picks as we have to, but I think again we're looking at maybe having to add in our third rounder. Yeah, we are. It's worth it though. It's worth it. Will that go through? Add in the sevenths. Close to fair value. It'll take a sixth or two from here, and then we're good. There we go. So we'll trade up a Buffalo. Get another relatively high pick in this draft. But we have brought in quite the haul at this stage. Not quite as outrageous as last year's draft. But in saying that, we did just get a franchise-level player because Vegas did something dumb. I mean, there are two more gems listed here, but I don't believe it. Just flat out, I don't believe it. Outright do not believe it. We're going to go for Troy Stamkos here. The grades don't look that bad. I'm hoping he'll be another medium top 6 forward. And he is. He's a 65 medium top 6. So that will pretty much do it outside of the late round best guess kind of deal. Yeah, that'll do it. We will look back through the other rounds just to see what happens here. Let's look at the end of the first after we traded away our pick. No crazy steals there or anything. Second round, of course, we were very, very involved. Goalie was decent. Lind was decent. Holzig as well. Moss was low elite. Again, Moss was the guy that I had listed. Now, those aren't confirmed. But he was like a low 9. I didn't necessarily view him as being worth the risk. Looks like he was worth the risk. Would have been nice to end up with him, but I mean, we still had a absolutely phenomenal draft. And honestly, from the looks of it again, really, really slim pickings through the rest of it. Still waiting to see if there's like that one crazy later steal, and I'm not seeing it. I think aside from that one extra guy that would have been nice to get, we made the right choice to kind of bow out of this draft, at least the top rounds when we did. Like the Rangers, okay, so there we go. So Rippon was a medium elite goalie. Rangers get a decent potential defenseman, but his overall super low. Yeah, I mean, you're talking needle in a haystack. So for us at this point, I mean, goddamn, we'll just go for some random players that might maybe possibly be worth something. Pretty much all we can do. And we'll start that off. Let's go for this guy, Henrik Ackerstrom. He's an overager. Let's go for him. And he's a 63 medium bottom 6. Yeah, 6th round pick. Could always do worse. from there. We'll take McTaggart as well because he's next on the list. Go for him. He's a medium 7th. Yikes. And at the top half here, let's go for the goalie rather than the forward. Stan Dodge out of Linköping was a medium fringe. Pick number 200. Let's go for the 18-year-old Christopher Barabal. He's a medium bottom 6. Hoping to get lucky with one of these picks, but we don't hold our breath here. We'll take Victor Ramirez as well. Not the Jim Slater, that's dedication. Taking a Twitch name of Jim Slater. Unless it's actually Jim Slater, or like a family member, or like Jim Slater Jr. Any major differences so far in 22? In what regard? Because there have been quite a few changes made. Let's go for... Ooh, tough call here, actually. Maybe not so much from NHL 17. But still, that's what I'm saying. Like, you named yourself after Jim Slater. God damn. Like, of all players. Of all players. The GOAT. Who am I to disagree? Oh boy. Yeah, so we've reached the point definitely of just best guess, hoping that some of these guys are decent. It's not really going to pay off. But that's okay. It's 7th rounders. So that concludes an incredible draft. With Sutton, Ho, Montoya, Fisette, and Stamkos, all tremendous. All tremendous. The X Factor seemed good. I mean, I enjoyed the system in Madden. We'll see long term, you know, what it's like here. Louis, 17 months. Thank you very much, Louis. And let's get an outlook now of what this team's going to look like. They play a part in franchise. They absolutely do. All right, maybe we should have moved on from Bergie because he is a UFA. Goaltending, we're really going to have to look at the free agent list. We got some decisions to make now. We definitely have some decisions to make moving forward here.